Hi, you are now with Tham Sir. If your birthday was in the period of MCO, where did you celebrate it? Definitely stay at home. But no worries, Tham Sir's birthday was in March and I did not receive present from anyone. I did not feel sad at all. Don't be sad. After the lockdown, you can exchange birthday presents with each other to maintain friendship. When it comes to biology, that is an exchange which is very crucial to maintain life. In this video, Tham Sir will transform into another character to bring you to explore the gaseous exchange in humans. Wait, do not forget to subscribe this channel, like this video and share with your friends. In the next 10 minutes, Tham Sir will let you know the gaseous exchange between the alveolus and the blood capillary, transfer of oxygen from the lung capillaries to the tissue capillaries, and the transfer of carbon dioxide from the body cells back to the lungs. Okay, let's start. During inhalation, the atmospheric air is breathed into the lungs. The atmospheric pressure is equal to 760 mm of mercury. 21% of the atmospheric air is oxygen, and therefore the partial pressure of oxygen PO2 is equal to 160 mmHg. 0.04% of the atmospheric air is carbon dioxide, and thus the partial pressure of carbon dioxide PCO2 is equal to 0.3 mmHg. As the inhaled air passes through the respiratory tract, the air is hydrated by the water vapor. Therefore, the partial pressure of oxygen in the alveolus decreases to 104 mmHg. Now, the partial pressure of carbon dioxide in the alveolus becomes 40 mmHg. Come on, I will show you the gaseous exchange between the alveolus and the lungs capillaries. This is the alveolus, and the alveolus is covered by a network of blood capillaries. The oxygenated blood flows to the lungs capillaries from pulmonary artery of the heart. Now, the partial pressure of carbon dioxide in the lungs capillaries is higher than that in the alveolus. Therefore, carbon dioxide diffuses from the lungs capillaries to the alveolus by simple diffusion. On the other hand, the partial pressure of oxygen in the alveolus is higher than that in the lungs capillaries. Oxygen diffuses from the alveolus to the lungs capillaries by simple diffusion. In each red blood cell, there are 250 millions of hemoglobin molecules. A hemoglobin is composed of 4 polypeptide chains. Hemoglobin has high affinity for oxygen. In each polypeptide chain, there is one heme group with one iron atom attached on it. Iron atom is the binding site of oxygen molecule. Hemoglobin binds with oxygen to form oxyhemoglobin. Now, oxygenated blood leaves the lungs and returns to the heart through pulmonary vein. These are the body cells, and this is the tissue capillary. As oxygenated blood reaches the tissue capillary, gaseous exchange takes place. The partial pressure of carbon dioxide in the body cells is higher than that in the tissue capillaries because body cells releases carbon dioxide during cellular respiration. Carbon dioxide diffuses from the body cells to the tissue capillaries by simple diffusion. On the other hand, the partial pressure of oxygen in the tissue capillaries is higher than that in the body cells. Therefore, oxyhemoglobin dissociates into hemoglobin and oxygen, and this oxygen diffuses from the tissue capillaries to the body cells for cellular respiration. Now, the oxygenated blood flows to the vein. After the lockdown, we can cross the states by different ways. We can choose to catch a flight, to drive, or to take a train. Same goes to the transport of carbon dioxide. 70% of the carbon dioxide is transported as the bicarbonate ions, HCO3 negative, whereas 23% of the carbon dioxide is transported as carbaminohemoglobin. The remaining 7% of the carbon dioxide is transported as carbonic acid. During cellular respiration, body cells produce carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide diffuses across the wall of tissue capillary to the blood plasma. From the blood plasma, carbon dioxide diffuses into the red blood cell. Now, carbon dioxide reacts with water to form carbonic acid, H2CO3. This reaction is catalyzed by carbonic anhydrase. Next, carbonic acid dissociates or breaks down into hydrogen ion and bicarbonate ion, HCO3 negative. Bicarbonate ion diffuse out from the red blood cell to the blood plasma. These bicarbonate ions are then transported back to the lungs. 7% of carbon dioxide diffuses across the wall of tissue capillaries and is dissolved in water to form carbonic acid. Carbonic acid is then transported back to the lungs. 23% of carbon dioxide binds with hemoglobin to form carbaminohemoglobin and transported back to the lungs. As deoxygenated blood reaches the lungs capillaries, bicarbonate ion diffuses from the blood plasma into the red blood cell. Hydrogen ion combines with bicarbonate ion to form carbonic acid. Carbonic acid dissociates or breaks down into carbon dioxide and water. Now, carbon dioxide diffuses out from the red blood cell to the blood plasma. Lastly, carbon dioxide diffuses from the lungs capillaries into the alveolus. Okay, here's the end of this lesson. Let's do a recap. In this video, you learned about the gaseous exchange between alveolus and lungs capillaries. And you also learned about the gaseous exchange between body cells and tissue capillaries. In addition, you learned about 3 different ways of transporting carbon dioxide. And hey, if you learned something from this video, do not forget to like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe this channel. I'm Tham Sir. Goodbye.